We want the camera.
Hey, John. Let him do it. Okay, today's tongue twister is not a typical tongue twister. It is kind of like a tongue twister version of the 12 Days of Christmas? Is that on the first day? Yeah, so it's kind of like the 12 Days of Christmas, only a tongue twister version of it. My dad used to do this all the time. He had an old recording of it, and I found online that there are probably dozens of different versions of it, but this is the version I grew up with. So I'm going to set the camera down, and we're going to see how well the kids do on the repeats. It starts really easy. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, so I'll do the first part. I say, one big fat hen.
One big fat hen.
Gotta sort of say it in the same rhythm. One big fat hen.
One big fat hen.
One big fat hen, 2 ducks.
One big fat hen, 2 ducks.
One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges. Okay, one big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese.
Wait, one big fat hen,
2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese. Okay, ready for the 5th step? One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters.
What are they?
One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse. How you doing? One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters. Did I skip 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar. 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar. You ready? One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar. You ready for the next step?
This is hard to remember.
It goes to 13. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe.
What?
8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe. Okay, here we go. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe.
Can you slow
I can't
down?
do the 8 elephant.
All right, so we're on number 9. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe, 9 nimble noblemen nonchalantly nibbling non-perennials. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe, 9 nimble noblemen nonchalantly nibbling non-perennials.
I can't do the non-perennials one.
All right. One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe, 9 nimble noblemen nonchalantly nibbling non-perennials, 10 tipsy tailors timidly torturing a terrified titmouse. A titmouse is a kind of bird.
Can you slow down even more now?
You want to hear it one more time?
Do it
10 tipsy tailors timidly torturing a terrified titmouse.
slow. Can you do it really slow?
One big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump.
You're You're out of breath like that.
4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe, 9 nimble noblemen nonchalantly nibbling non-perennials, 10 tipsy tailors timidly torturing a terrified titmouse.
I did it!
What's number 11?
1 big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe, 9 nimble noblemen nonchalantly nibbling non-perennials, 10 tipsy tailors timidly torturing a terrified titmouse, 11 Corinthian columns careening cautiously closely contiguous to the covered catacombs of a Catholic convent.
What?
Oh no. Oh
It is
no.
11 Corinthian columns careening cautiously
That is
closely
true.
contiguous to the covered catacombs of a Catholic convent.
I think I might just stop right there.
Okay, do you want to hear? We can stop. Do you want to hear the rest?
Okay.
Okay,
Just
so-
say the whole thing as fast as you can.
Okay, well, I gotta go. I'll do one as fast as I'll see if I can do it in one breath. But so that 11 is 11 Corinthian columns careening cautiously, closely contiguous to the covered Shoot, I got it wrong. 11 Corinthian columns careening cautiously, closely contiguous to the covered catacombs of a Catholic convent.
And then can you tell us what number 12 and 13 are?
Yep. Then it's 12 turbulent tomtits twittering tumultuously in the top of a tall tamarack tree. This is my favorite one. 13 thirsty thespians thriftily thumbing through 30,000 theological theses. Okay, let's see if I can do it.
Hey,
in one
what
breath.
do you think is harder, the 13th one or the flash message method?
The flash message method. I think I got that one figured out. TH though is THs make for a good tongue twister. Okay, so all right, one breath. I'm gonna read it because I don't have the whole thing memorized perfectly anymore. I used to. Back when I was teaching school, I had it all memorized because I would torture my students with this sometimes. So. 1 big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe, 9 nibble noblemen nonchalantly nibbling non-perennials, 10 tipsy tailors timidly torturing a terrified titmouse, 11 Corinthian columns careening closely. I can't do it in one breath. 11 Corinthian columns careening cautiously closely contiguous to the covered catacombs of a Catholic convent, 12 turbulent tomtits twittering tumultuously in the top of a tall tamarack tree, and 13 thirsty thespians thriftily thumbing through 30,000 theological theses.
3 breaths.
How far can you guys get? 1 big fat hen.
Dad, I can make it to...
Well, you can read it from there.
I can make it to 8.
I think I can zoom it in so you can read it, and then we can do it all together. Zoom in a little
One
bit.
big fat hen.
Okay, so here it is. Ready?
Yeah, I've been reading it.
Okay. 1 big fat hen, 2 ducks, 3 plump partridges, 4 screaming wild geese, 5 limerick oysters, 6 bones from a Macedonian horse, 7 sailing ships sailing from Orinoco to Madagascar, 8 elegant elephants embarking for Europe, 9 nimble noblemen nonchalantly nibbling non-perennials, 10 tipsy tailors timidly torturing a terrified titmouse, 11 Corinthian columns careening cautiously, closely contiguous to the covered catacombs of a Catholic convent, 12 turbulent tomtits twittering tumultuously in the top of a tall tamarack tree, and 13 thirsty thespians thriftily thumbing through 30,000 theological theses.
Oh, I got 13 right.
You got 13?
I couldn't do 12, but I did 13.
Okay,
Oh,
so...
by the way, John's learning how to open doors.
Oh, exciting. Let's see. Let him do it. Let him do it. Go ahead, John.
Open the door.
Go ahead, John.
Open the
No,
door.
let him do it. Anyway, as I was saying, it's not, well, as I was going to say, it's not exactly 3 times fast this time, though we did it more than 3 times. Just a, I don't know, just a fun variation on a tongue twister.
Hey, Johnny.
Johnny. Which one do you think would be worse?
Over and out.